After enduring 4 weeks of hardship during the COVID-19 lockdown, which was partially lifted by President Muhammadu Buhari in his third nationwide broadcast on the pandemic, many Nigerians are now grappling with the challenge of house rent. Many homeowners have taken advantage of the situation to increase rent, forcing many people to live in fear. Senior correspondent Sharon Ijason reports.
More than 2 weeks after the federal government relaxed the lockdown order in Abuja, Lagos and Ogun State, activities have begun to peak slowly, but its effects can still be felt on the economy. Experts advise that a prolonged lockdown will create more hardship, emotional torture and social unrest. I met with Onifade Folajimi, not his real name, who said his rent has been increased last week. The notice states that if he can't meet up with the new rent expectation, he would be evicted from the property by August 2020.
In the letter, actually states that from June, we'll start making a new payment, the increased payment for the house rent. And by August, if we are unable to make that payment, there's another letter attached to it, which is a quick notice letter that if you can't make that payment, you're advised to leave the apartment. This is not the right time to come up with the idea of increasing house rent. And I think the government should actually do something so that, they'll be able to curb this so-called agent and landlord increasing house rent. And there should be a human face to this issue. It is not the right time, even if you have it at the back of your mind that you want to do such, it should not be at this period of time. Maybe after the COVID-19 era, you can now do that.
According to analysts, COVID-19 pandemic has created several economic crises across the world. These include businesses shutting down, irregular income, rising inflation, and collapse of oil prices. I met a rent agent who has been practicing for a while. Popularly known as Prince Caleb, he says many people have been owing house rent since January.
Some landlords have called that they need their money. But they are just saying that you take patient that people they will pay them. But people have started responding to pay. We have given them about 3-4 months. That's because of this COVID that at least they should adjust themselves. But this month now, we are
collection month.
Yes, it's collection day. It's collection month. So you have to pay us this month.
A legal professional, Justice Ojina, says it's not a good time to increase the rent of an apartment. He is confident that if the trend is challenged in the law court, tenants will be given fair hearing.
If the court does this as a matter of policy, it will send a solid signal to the tenants and to the landlords and homeowners that at this point, this is not the leaning of the courts, which is, of course, the third arm of government and not the leaning of the government. Once they know that, they will also relax a little bit until the economy picks up again and everybody can fulfill their financial liabilities.
Analysts believe that it is critical to meet the basic needs of dispossessed families and vulnerable households. As some Nigerians continue to count their losses because of the effect of coronavirus pandemic, which the world is faced with right now, many Nigerians have lost their jobs. Others have actually had to accept pay cuts and other stringent measures. Though many Nigerians are anxious of what will be for them in the future, there's also the concern of them not wanting to share their story. Sharon Ijason, TVC News, Lagos.